Want to know why this can be escaped, but this cannot? I'm here to teach you the secret of this forbidden Ansatsuken technique. The TLDR is simple. To make the Raging Demon inescapable, you have to delay it by at least 1 frame. But this is actually a lot harder to do than it sounds. But it can be very consistent, and I'll show you how. You can jump forward to the technique via timestamps, but that means you'll just be skipping over all of this great explanation and all this editing I worked so hard on, ignoring my blood, sweat, and tears. In Street Fighter 6, after you recover from blocking an attack, you always have 2 frames of throw invulnerability. In this clip here, we can see that Ryu is +5. Throws have 3 active frames to catch the opponent, so if Ryu tries to throw immediately when +5, you'll notice that the throw doesn't connect, even though the last 2 active frames are connecting when the opponent is out of block stun. The reason it whiffs is because of those 2 frames of throw invulnerability. Now in this clip, you can see Ryu is +4. He goes for the throw, and this time it connects on the last active frame, but only after the 2 throw invulnerable frames. You can see the frame meter is a bit bugged, however, in that it doesn't show the active frame that connects as the throw. So, back to Akuma. We all know that the Raging Demon cannot be escaped if he starts it up next to you and you have not already been holding up. However, off a drive rush cancel from crouching medium kick, Capcom seems to have purposely made the Raging Demon, when done as early as possible off a drive rush cancel, start on the last frame of that throw invulnerability. It grabs the very next frame, but thanks to the throw invulnerable frames, it allows Ryu to jump the very next frame and escape, since pre-jump frames cannot be thrown. Thus, again, he can escape even after the critical art has started, even though he's not in block stun. It seems Capcom knew this technique would be too strong because crouching medium kicks reach very far in this game. You can obviously do this after standing light kick, but that requires you to be a lot closer. It doesn't work off of a stand heavy punch either because the block stun is too long on that. So crouching medium kick is the perfect move for this. That is, if Capcom wasn't smart enough to make it timed perfectly to be escapable when done as quickly as possible. So how do you do the delayed Raging Demon? There are a couple of different ways, however, most of them are inconsistent. So here's my technique that makes it easier to do. Let's get some established facts out of the way. You probably already know that the Raging Demon input is light punch, forward, light kick, heavy punch. However, to make this input work more reliably, the devs allowed the Raging Demon to cancel the first 4 frames of standing light kick before the standing light kick connects on frame 5, its first active frame. This will be very important. Okay, so first thing you'll practice is canceling crouching medium kick into a drive rush by performing crouching medium kick and then double tapping light punch, and medium kick. The first press will perform the drive rush cancel as well as the first light punch for the Raging Demon. The second press is just for the second light punch. You don't have to press medium punch plus medium kick the second time, but for sticks and leverless, it's easier that way. On pad, however, it might actually be preferable to press only light punch on the second tap, as you'll likely be using the drive parry macro to achieve this, and not having to use your left finger for the trigger a second time might feel more comfortable. You'll notice that one of 2 things happens. You'll drive rush cancel and do nothing if you tap the buttons extremely fast, or you'll drive rush and perform an attack if you tap the buttons a tiny bit slower. The first one is what you want to aim for. Practice doing crouching medium kick into tapping the buttons until you are consistent that no attacks occur. Once you've gotten the timing to not perform any attacks, add in the forward and light kick. Tap them in the exact same rhythm as the double tap. It should be all one consistent rhythm. If you are doing this right, you'll now drive rush into a stand light kick. Practice this until you are consistently doing the stand light kick. And remember, the first 4 frames of the standing light kick can be canceled into a demon. That's why we want to see the light kick come out. Now all you need to do is press heavy punch to activate the demon, canceling out the startup of the standing light kick. This part will require some adjustments depending on just how fast you are doing the first 4 inputs. Try to do the first 4 inputs at the slowest pace possible to still come out with the drive rush stand light kick. Then, just add the heavy punch at the end in the exact same rhythm, and you'll perform the Raging Demon anywhere from 1 to 4 frames of delay. Listen to the timing here. Here it is being done on pad, though you can't hear the rhythm as easily. Now, just practice this until you become consistent. And it's very, very possible to become consistent with this technique. But we're not quite done just yet. There's one more thing that makes this technique so strong. Obviously, if the opponent predicts you're going to try this, they can hold up before you start the demon and escape this every single time. However, if you predict that they are going to try and jump away, if instead of the demon you perform a stand medium punch, you'll hit them out of their pre-jump frames and be able to do around 6,000 points of damage, depending on how much drive gauge you have. Even if you predicted wrong and they block the stand medium punch, you're still +5 and can still perform a standard mix-up on them. Also, very important to note, delaying the demon by more than 1 frame actually allows the enemy to beat the demon by mashing their 4-frame button. However, they had to have been mashing the button before you started the demon, so that just means you're fighting against a mashing player, and in that case, you should not be trying to land Raging Demons on them in the first place. If you fight a mashy player, the same standing medium punch mentioned earlier beats their mashing in a standard drive rush cancel frame trap. And actually, you can beat their mashing by doing an instant non-delayed Raging Demon as well. Last thing to mention is that if by chance you try this and the enemy just gets hit by the crouching medium kick, you can still do the demon and it'll combo on the opponent. However, it will be heavily scaled and you'll end up with 3,682 damage. If you can react fast enough to them being hit by the crouching medium kick, you can pivot your combo into another route by not pressing the heavy punch at the end, so that the light kick comes out and hits the opponent. Standing light kick is +6 after a drive rush, so let it connect and continue with the combo of your choice for potentially more damage. So what if you are on the receiving end of this tactic? Well, it is a mix-up, so it's a guess. However, if you do have an ODDP, you can perform that anytime Akuma has a demon ready and he drive rush cancels crouching medium kick. And in this situation, there really isn't anything Akuma can do to save himself outside of a YOLO drive impact or super combo, depending on which character he's fighting. And if you don't have an ODDP, well then you're out of luck and you've got to hold that mix up. But against those that have ODDPs, keep that in mind as the Akuma player and try to catch opponents when they are off guard. Oh yeah, and last thing, this delayed demon technique doesn't work on burned out opponents because their block stun is longer, so no amount of delaying the demon makes it inescapable.
I am the true master of the fist.
It really does take a lot of work putting together videos like this, so if you do appreciate this type of content, please like and subscribe, leave a comment below, and tell other people about this video, and hopefully I can continue to make content like this in the future. This has been your host, James J. Chenzor Chen. Check out my streams on Twitch, and you can always ask questions at my Twitter. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.